Chicks, howdy! Welcome to Ramblin Cast episode 29.
Cool.
Next episode's episode 30.
Oh yeah, we gotta figure that out.
Yeah, I still don't know how to do that.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see. And I'm still working on last podcast. I'm only 40 minutes in.
Oh great.
Last podcast is really bad, I think.
Why?
It's just really boring. The news wasn't that interesting, and it was just you complaining about the same thing you always complain about every week. Cars and Abraham Lincoln.
I can't wait till the hear it.
The Peggy Hill part, I haven't got to there yet. It's like an hour and a half in. But yeah, we're actually recording this a week after last one, so
Yeah, for once.
Yeah. So I guess I can actually ask the question how the week's been, but on my end, it's same old, nothing that interesting.
My week's everybody is stupid.
Everybody is stupid.
Literally, everybody is stupid.
Yeah. Any particular event, any story, or just...
Yeah. Step by step.
Oh, okay.
Oh, remember, Tornado Day?
Oh, yeah, Tornado Day.
Yeah, we had a small tornado outbreak in our area.
Yeah, and then it snowed afterward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's... It was kind of weird.
That was, what day was that? Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had picked up the bike.
Oh, he got the bike.
I got a 2003 Heritage Softail. It's the 100th anniversary edition. It's in the gray and black. It's actually a really nice bike. Nice looking bike. Rode that home in a torrential downpour.
Wonderful.
Which wasn't that bad given the bike that it was. It was a cool ride. It's kind of cold though. But I roll up to the house. Just got the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Parked it outside. Had to jump in the truck, go to work.
Yeah.
As soon as I get to Bloomington, giant, severe storms, thunderstorms, and small tornado outbreak. It's still sitting outside.
Wonderful.
At this point, it was still outside.
The Peter Cottontail is still outside, yes.
So I'm just watching the leather, and there's I guess there is a funnel cloud, or I don't know if it touched down, heading right towards...
Okay.
Just like right towards...
We did have the tornado sirens go off, but I didn't hear anything about an actual tornado.
Yeah, I was watching it live, and they saw one that was fixing to go right through dead center of Pontiac, but obviously it dissipated and...
That's a damn shame.
And everything. I'm just like, don't hit the bike, don't hit the bike. Don't care about the house, don't care about the family, don't hit the bike, don't hit the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Get home. House gone. Can't find family. Bike's okay. The rest will iron itself out.
Yeah. Nothing that interesting happened on that day that I can think of. We didn't lose power, though. I was surprised. The power stayed on.
Yeah. I've never really had a problem with that.
What, during a storm power outage?
Yeah.
Not recently, but when I was younger, a lot, yeah.
Yeah, the most I've ever had is I think the longest we ever had the power go out because of a storm is 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very rare. I mean, it flickers all the time, even when it's not storming.
Yeah, that happens here a lot.
But yeah, like 5 minutes, I think we've lost. Except for... Oh, we didn't lose power. That's weird. Oh, when I was a kid, there's a big old storm coming through.
Yeah?
And one of the, I don't really know what it is, but it's on the power line, and it exploded in our backyard.
Wonderful.
Right over our garage.
Yeah, remember the time we thought we saw that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time I went to Ricky's, and I don't remember what we were doing. It was late at night, and it was really dark, and we just saw a big flash in the sky and a big explosion.
Yeah, it was a power.
It was literally very close to his house,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and we're like, what the fuck? I don't know what caused that.
Yeah, this one was right over the house. Well, over the garage.
Okay.
And my dad went up there probably a week later, and there were burn marks on the roof of the garage.
Yeah.
Like, it was right over it. But, yeah, not very eventful. Other than the power company was in our driveway with flashy lights till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Cool. When was this? Do you know?
I may have been 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
Very. I mean, not the worst disaster to ever happen with me and blinky lights.
True. Yeah, I don't really have any, like, storm stories. For being in Illinois, I never really saw a tornado. I did see a funnel once when I was a kid, but no tornado.
Yeah, I've actually seen quite a few tornadoes. Never been through a technical tornado.
Okay. My uncle was a storm chaser, but...
I actually got a couple cool stories with tornadoes.
The only like tornado-related story was when I was younger. My grandparents lived in a trailer, and so I lived with them, and we actually were friends with our neighbor who had a house, and so whenever there's like a tornado in the area, we'd go into her house. Oh wait, I do have a sort of a tornado story, but it didn't hit here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a tornado story? If you have a few interesting ones or no?
Absolutely, I'll talk about these. It happened twice.
It happened twice.
It's happened twice now.
My story's going to be kind of boring, but it is neat that I can remember this.
You want to go? You want me to go?
Okay. Mine's boring, but I think it was November 17th, either 2013 or 14th. That's where Washington, Illinois had those terrible tornadoes.
Yeah, I think.
And
EF3, EF4?
Yeah, I think it was F3. But there's a classic video of like a guy who sounds like Seth Rogen screaming in it. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is because that day was also the day I first played Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was my birthday.
Oh, yeah, it was the day after your birthday. I had to go home, and then a tornado hit some town.
Yeah. But, no, I was playing... I got Grand Theft Auto 5 on my birthday the day before on my Xbox, and it took like 24 hours to install.
Yep.
I rented the game. I didn't even get it for my birthday. We had to rent it.
Yeah.
And then
this distinctly.
Ricky was angry because we finally got it all downloaded. We started playing. I think like within 5 to 10 minutes of us starting it, you had to go home because my birthday was over because it was the next day.
Yep.
And then I sat and played Grand Theft Auto 5 all day. And then next thing I knew, oh hey, both my grandparents are here and my uncle is here. I wonder what's going on. And then it's like, oh damn, it's hailing, big storm, and then there's a tornado just out of our area. I was like, oh, what an eventful day. And I was like, I'm playing GTA 5. I don't think the power went out. I don't think. But yeah.
I remember...
So while everyone else was scared of a tornado, I was sitting over here playing Grand Theft Auto 5 for the first time.
Yeah, I remember... I was actually in... Missouri when the tornado hit here in town.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
We didn't even get an interesting tornado. We got, I think it was a F1 or EF1 or EF2.
Oh, it was EF4. What day was it? It was 2013. Yep. 2013, November 17th. 125 people died. That's what it said.
I think that's incorrect. And as your local...
Oh, 3 fatalities, 125 injured.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that... Only, I think once over 100 people have died in a tornado.
A couple times. I know the deadliest tornado in history was in our state.
That.
It's called the Tri-State Tornado. It started in Indiana, went through the entirety of Illinois, and ended in... No.
It started in Missouri.
Missouri, then Illinois, then ended in Indiana. That was
the deadliest tornado, I think, in recent history is Joplin.
Yeah, Joplin was bad.
Yeah, my boss was there.
There's a YouTuber who died in Joplin. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, and then this is not at all my story. I just like talking about tornadoes. Tornadoes interest me.
Did you ever subscribe to that Swiggle Studios that I showed you?
Yes.
I love that guy.
I watch multiple tornado YouTubers.
The tornado cannon.
Oh, probably. There's just like probably 5 of them I'm subscribed to and watch all the time for some reason.
Yeah.
I just have a random tornado thing now.
I've had that since I was a kid. That's why I used to watch the Weather Channel a lot when I was younger.
Oh, the Weather Channel sometimes is really cool.
See? People used to make fun of me, but I'd watch...
I watched the
they had,
Weather Channel as a kid. Yeah.
They aired
really
disaster shows all the time. That was really neat.
Yeah, but it's actually that guy you were talking about is the guy that brought this video up in one of his videos. There's just a guy just filming a tornado. Just absolutely zero fucks given.
Yeah.
Was on the 2nd floor of his house filming. The tornado's coming directly at him. Mm-hmm. Just zero fucks given. Didn't scream, didn't yell, just filmed it until it hit his house. He survived.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was a direct strike, directly hit his house, center mass, and didn't die.
Well, he was probably like, oh, thank God I didn't hit the bike.
His wife died.
Oh, well. We can all find a new laundry machine. New dishwasher. You know.
Yeah, it's just... that one amazed me. It's kind of just like zero fucks given. If I die, I die. At least the video will look cool.
Yeah. My favorite episode of King of the Hill is the Texas City Twister.
Yeah.
Guys, funny enough, there is no like shuffle feature on any streaming app, so whenever I want to watch King of the Hill, I do a random number generator. Mm-hmm. I think I watched it a day or two ago, and it actually did land on my favorite episode, Texas City Twister. I was like, hell yeah.
That one was interesting.
And then, the only time I ever been through an earthquake, I slept through it.
Yeah, we're not in California. We don't get earthquakes, and we're not on fire.
Yeah, well, actually, Florida's the one on fire right now. But yeah, no, there was an earthquake that hit here in like the early to mid 2000s. I just slept through the whole thing.
That doesn't... Not to get off topic, but Florida just seems too wet.
You'd think.
It just seems like a very wet state.
You think California would be more wet? It's also on the coast, but
it rains like every 5 minutes in Florida.
That is true.
Like, and it's all torrential downpours, so wait 5 minutes, your state will be not on fire anymore.
Well, it's been a few days.
Sorry.
What?
That was kind of loud.
Not really. You opening the Mount Dew was louder.
Oh.
That's what that was. Anyway, I don't know why we were starting a podcast like this.
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, like I said though, I don't really have a lot of storm stories, to be honest.
Twice now, there's been tornadoes, like physically touching the ground, rolling tornadoes. Mm-hmm. Probably a mile to a half mile to a mile away from a roll call I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah, it happened twice. I mean, it's not really all that dangerous, which sounds weird. As long as they're moving, you're fine.
Yeah.
As long as you physically see them moving, you're fine, because if it stops moving, it didn't stop moving, it's coming directly at you.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. One time just had a really angry police officer.
Oh, what was that about?
Obviously tornado off in the distance. I'm out on the side of the road. It's far enough away where it's kind of windy, but not too windy to work.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna continue doing my thing. Didn't think no state police officer pulls up to behind me. He's like, you need to go now. Why? Everything's going fine. No, you need to leave. This is a dangerous situation. I can see it moving. It's not coming at us. It's fine.
Okay. So what, did he just yell you the whole time, or did he eventually leave?
He did not leave.
Okay.
He did not leave until I left.
Oh.
He tried to get me to stop working, get in the truck, and buckle up. I'm just like, well, what's that gonna do? So I can die inside the truck instead of outside the truck?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather die outside the truck. But yeah, that's happened twice. First time without angry police officer.
Oh. Second time what?
Yeah.
When did these happen?
First year at Pilot.
Okay.
And then second year place I work now.
Okay.
Which would have been last year, my first stint.
Okay. Yeah, I will say time is crazy, man. I've been working at Amazon longer than I worked at Love's.
Yeah.
That's weird to me still. And it's been like 2 months now too, so.
It's kind of one of those situations. You'd only have 2 nickels, but it's weird that it had been twice.
Yeah. I do need to find a new job though. Amazon's driving me crazy.
Yeah. It's nowhere's much better.
Not really. Amazon has really good pay, but it's really far away.
Yeah.
But nowhere around here is as good of pay as that place, I think. Especially right now, being there for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to do I like the company. I like the job. I like the pay. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. I'm just really tired all the time now. Like today I slept for like almost 15 hours.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I have no other options.
So true. Well, you want to get into the news then?
Okay.
Or is there anything else I gotta talk about? Let me check.
Do we have news from yesterday?
What happened yesterday?
Yep, it's on there. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
I forgot my YouTube recommendation, which is How I Survived the Titanic by Dan Henschel. Great video. I listened to the whole thing twice. It's 55 minutes long.
You know how you survived the Titanic? Don't go on the fucking Titanic.
You should listen to how he starts the video. He's like, as soon as they start talking about the unsinkable ship, I knew that second this ship's going down. I love that video.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Anyway, wrap up Peggy Hill. A bitchy character, awful character. I complained about her too much last podcast, but oh well.
I mean, she's kind of just a dumb house mom.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Why she does so much dumb shit.
Yeah. But let's get into the news. Which, not a lot, but I guess a lot for a week, I guess. Faces of Death is at Walmart. Or at least it was. Now it's not. Have you ever heard of Faces of Death?
No.
So, I have a bit of a backstory with it. Because my uncle, who was a notorious motherfucker, showed my mom Faces of Death. And Faces of Death was like a VHS tape that people would copy that showed actual, like, crime scene footage and footage of people getting killed and really disturbing stuff. A lot of animal abuse, too. There's a famous sketch. I don't know if I should say sketch, but there's a famous video where a mental patient escapes from a hospital and stabs a nurse with a scalpel in the eye. I guess that's one of the most iconic things from one. For some reason, at Walmart, they just started selling the DVD of it.
Oh, well, great.
And I saw it, and I didn't pick it up, and now they don't sell them anymore. Because I figured out what it was. And I was like, damn it. Yeah, Faces of Death. You could have bought it at Walmart for like a day.
So basically just DVD live leak.
Yeah, it was Live Leak before Live Leak. Like, this is 80s and 90s VHS tapes.
Oh! Oh, I know someone I would buy that and gift it to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's kind of a missed opportunity for me too. That would have been. He would have loved that.
I will keep an eye out if they have it again. But, yeah.
Yeah. There's this guy at work. He's big movie buff. He's always talked about something similar, and now that I think about it, that's exactly what he was talking about.
Faces of Death. The first one is mostly real footage, but it's like a whole series. I think the guy made like 6 or 7. Eventually, it just became like fake clips. But
Yeah.
I know the first one had like really depraved shit in it.
Yeah. He doesn't want it to watch it. He wants it to just have it in his collection.
Dude, that's why I kind of wanted it. The fact I want the Walmart copy because I can just have the receipt with the Walmart receipts and just have it there. Be like, they sold that at Walmart. They really did.
Yeah. He just wants it for his. And good God, he's a massive Fear and Loathing fan.
Cool.
Oh God.
Well, speaking of DVDs, the Ben 10 complete series is getting released on DVD. That's the next Cartoon Network complete series being released.
There's only one series that matters.
Well, the collection has 4.
Complete series.
It has the original Ben 10, the Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse.
The first one's the only one that matters.
I agree. Funny enough, though, they didn't do the 5th Ben 10 series, which was that really bad reboot that no one liked. So it has only the first 4.
I didn't know there were 4. I thought there was only 1.
Nope, there had been 5 Ben 10 reboots.
No, I thought there was only 2.
Nope, there have been 5 Ben 10 reboots. Well, 1 original, 4 reboots, and I think there's 1 in progress. I never understood what Cartoon Network's obsession with Ben 10 was. Like, I liked the show, but, like, there's no other show that they've ever done that for, where it's like they continued, like, a next generation Ben 10.
Imagine having a watch you can't fucking take off and it doesn't tell the time.
Yeah, your wrist would imagine that smell under the wrist.
That's gotta be annoying as shit.
Yeah. Disney Plus has a 24/7 Simpsons marathon channel that airs every episode in order. Except I think they skip over the Michael Jackson one.
Why?
Because that's the banned episode now, because Michael Jackson. I mean, I imagine, The Simpsons also had other bad celebrity guests from episodes that aren't banned, but, we had to ban the Michael Jackson one, because, he might have raped a kid, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I always thought that was dumb. Especially because the Michael Jackson episode's a good one, but, oh well.
I mean, a lot of other shows have a lot of other people that definitely did shit, but again, I also firmly believe that Michael Jackson did what they said he did.
I could see it, but I wouldn't know.
Look at the fucking guy and tell me he's not a pedo.
Yeah, he looks like Miranda Cosgrove after Ozempic.
Like that guy screams pedo.
Yeah. Did you see that people are like doing like horror games and the scary monster that chased you is just Michael Jackson?
Holy shit, even as a child, Michael Jackson looked like a pedophile.
I will say Black Michael Jackson seemed like a cool guy. It was when he turned white, that's when the problem started.
You started off, okay, this guy's just, maybe a little weird, then it come, the fucking words are hard.
The fucking words are hard, yeah. And so was Michael when he saw the kids. I mean, what?
Then he just kind of got, what the actual fuck?
Remember the time he almost threw his kid out the window? He named his kid Blanket.
That kid's still around.
Blanket is still around. I don't know what he's up to. Or she. I don't remember. I don't remember if it's a boy or girl either. Sorry, Blanket.
I really feel like at a certain point it's just kind of okay if you eat a shotgun shell. We understand.
Yeah. Michael Jackson had a lot of kids, actually. That's what a lot of people don't know. He fucked a lot. Billie Jean. Anyway, there's going to be a possible Dan Henschel TV series. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to pretend it is. Ricky has no idea who Dan Henschel is, but he's my favorite new internet comedian dude. So there's a new Texas law to ban media with obscene depictions of minors. Which, sounds like a good idea on paper, but then we have to figure out what's obscene, and it's kind of a mess when you really think about it.
I don't see the... I'm sorry, but there's sometimes I don't see the, how you can take that either way. I can feel like that one means what it means.
Okay. What about romance books featuring teens?
Again, people are looking younger this way. Use actual adults like every other show in the past, even when adults didn't look like kids.
I mean, like, teen dramas for kids.
I still don't agree with it because, again,
I mean,
you can get a 19-year-old that looks like a 17-year-old.
I mean, like a book, but okay. What do you think of, like, Ed, Edd and Eddy or Billy and Mandy? Those are obscene with children characters.
Not sexually obscene.
Maybe sometimes. Remember what happened to Pudding?
Again, I feel like when it comes to child actors,
I can understand, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of means what it means, and I agree with it. I mean, I don't know what.
This is mostly people talking about anime and books, not live action.
Oh, okay, it says media. It doesn't say...
Yeah, anything.
Okay,
anything.
I was confused. I was very confused. I'm very confused why people are against it.
Okay.
For a second. Okay, yeah, Ricky's back with the picture. Now I understand.
Alright.
And it's Texas. They kind of do those things. It's fine.
Yeah. Coyote vs. Acme is to possibly finally be released next year.
Cool.
After the release of The Day the Earth Blew Up. That's in theaters still. Watch it. Good thing about releasing Coyote vs. Acme.
Cool.
The Family Guy pilot leaked. And it kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's Family Guy.
It's pretty much the first episode, but without the pop culture jokes. Which, surprisingly, without the pop culture jokes, is actually not that funny.
Yeah, they've been kind of...
Modern Family Guy is pretty bad. Oh, there's a piece of news I forgot. I'll insert it here. But the head writer of Courage the Cowardly Dog passed away.
Yeah, that's sad.
Not the creator, but the head writer. But yeah, that's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really work on much of anything else, though.
Hey, I mean, if you're gonna do one thing, do the best.
Yeah. Also, what's that show called? With the Big Bear Disney show?
Bear in the Big Blue House?
Yes, the guy who played the bear also passed away recently.
Was he stuck in the bear suit?
I think so. He was like Freddy Fazbear. He's, get me out of here. American Dad is to no longer get new episodes on TBS, which a lot of people thought this would be the end of the series, but it's returning to Fox. So it went from Fox to TBS back to Fox. I guess American Dad is not ending. I've always liked American Dad more than Family Guy, but I never really watched American Dad anymore. But apparently American Dad has like a huge following still.
Yeah, I just don't really like it.
Okay.
It's not much better than the Cleveland show to me.
The Cleveland show is pretty bad.
It's just an off-brand Family Guy, and Family Guy is bad.
Okay. There's a new Panty and Stocking trailer with new characters. Love that show when I was younger, and finally after 15 years we're getting a season 2. I guess the last piece of news, George Foreman died.
Well, the world can end now. The main character's dead.
Okay. I said this a long time ago. I think it was a couple podcasts ago that I thought George Foreman died a long time ago, and I just recently learned he was alive, and now he's dead again. But no, I swear to God, I heard something about George Foreman dying years ago and thought he just died, but
Nope.
I guess I was wrong until now.
I mean, he's still the main character. He's still the baddest motherfucker that ever lived, but, you know.
Do you think Jake Paul will fight him now?
Jake Paul would still lose.
Yeah. Wait, which is it, Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't care to be clarified.
Do you think if one of them just switched up with the other one, anyone would notice?
One's looks like an extremely big douchebag, and one's an extremely big douchebag with a beard and tattoos.
Okay.
So probably, I don't know.
Anything to say about George Foreman? Because I'm not too caught up on George Foreman.
Let's see.
I know about his grill, and as all his kids are named George, except his daughter. I also found out his daughter died by killing herself, which I didn't know that.
That's sad.
Yeah. I know she died, but I didn't know it was that way.
But, yeah. One of the best heavyweight boxers that ever was, came back in his 40s, almost 50s, and became the heavyweight champion again. One of the oldest in history, actually the oldest in history, and kind of built a church, started boxing again to pay for a youth program for church.
Well, isn't this the plot to the Three Stooges movie?
No, not at all. And then, just for some reason, he felt like he did the main story thoroughly, so he went on a side mission to sell fucking electric grills.
Yeah.
And that was very successful.
Oh, yeah. Who would have thought a waffle maker would do so well?
And then he just, for the rest of his life, was a pastor and a youth group leader in the church. And that's really what his life revolved around, is the church.
Yeah.
Imagine you're so much the main character that you go back into the main story just to help with the side missions.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot I know about George Foreman. I just know him from his King of the Hill appearance. That's how I know most celebrities, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that reboot episode where Jake Paul shows up.
Dale just comes out and shoots him in the fucking face.
Crisis averted. Yeah. That's basically it for news. There's something else I just thought of, but I already forgot it, which shows how bad my memory is.
That would be the coolest episode that'll never happen.
Oh, that's my cat.
That would be the coolest episode that'll never happen.
What's that?
There's a legitimate government plot that sends Jake and Logan Paul to Ireland for Dale to accidentally kill them.
Okay.
I don't know, I just think that'd be fun. I did not expound on that idea.
No.
I just thought it'd be funny because I want to see them die.
That's something we never thought about talking. What celebrity guests would be in the King of the Hill reboot? But I honestly wouldn't even know where to start with that.
So, around about what year would it be placed?
I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to matter.
I think it was year 2000, 2001. So, 15 years, that'd be 2015, 2016? Or something like that?
I guess.
Which sounds about right.
I'm going to go on a hunch and say that they're not really going to care about the year. It's just going to be modern day. But
that makes sense to me.
I mean, King of the Hill kind of had a floating timeline.
That makes sense to me.
That's like The Simpsons, which started in '89. Their prom was in the '70s, But then somehow now during the college years, Homer started a Nirvana band in the 90s because The Simpsons was going on for so long.
It's literally gone on so long, the timeline changes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gone on so long the show's older than Homer's age when he started the show.
How old is he when the show started?
I think he's supposed to be like 36, 37.
One more year. One more year,
One more
and it's
year?
officially.
Okay. But, yeah. Well, it's only been a half an hour, damn.
I hate the fact that they've changed that Homer was a kid, was a young adult in the 90s. Or a teenager in the 90s, but yet he still has the 60s mom.
Oh, yeah.
That still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Still makes sense, but still pisses me off.
Oh, yeah. Boogie, that's the other piece of news. Boogie had a health emergency, and people think he might be dead. That happened literally today.
Oh, well, can you die quieter?
It was pretty quiet. It was on stream, and people were talking to him, and he just wouldn't respond. And they checked on him. He was completely unconscious, and then the stream ended.
Did he just die midstream?
It's possible. I haven't heard anything else from it.
We probably never will.
He never told us the login information. We can't get onto his YouTube.
I mean, someone would make a post like, "Hey, we need a crane.
We need a
gotta bury
crane.
this fucker.
Back
We're
it
gonna
up.
throw him in the ocean with the rest of his family."
The orcas. The blue whales. The great whites. I ain't talking about the sharks either.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I guess if we want to do a topic, we could do school stories, and then next week we could do our episode 30 special, and then the next episode we'll do school stories part 2. But I don't know. I just don't know what to talk about, to be honest.
I learned a weird history fun fact.
What's a weird history fun fact, Ricky?
I think his name's Daryl Davis,
Daryl Davis.
which is he's a black guy,
Uh-huh.
but is such a smooth talker that he just went up and had a conversation with a Klansman, and it led to 200 people leaving the Klan just because of him.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him, yeah.
God damn, that's some balls.
Yeah, he should be a car salesman.
Like, you talk legitimate racist out of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, respect.
Uh-huh.
It's Ricky's ADD night, so this is gonna be a little fucking weird.
Nah, I'm tired again. I slept for 15 hours. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always tired. Especially ever since last year, I've never not been tired now.
Yeah, and next weekend's my weekend to work,
Oh, okay.
which sucks.
It means I get to sleep instead of recording a podcast.
Well, you fucking dragged me over here for this shit.
I do. Hey, think about it, next episode you get to be on your computer, hopefully.
Yeah, we just gotta figure out how to do the,
What was that? Did your leg just pop?
probably.
Okay.
Shit's been real poppy recently.
I've always been poppy.
Shit's not moving too well.
I'm constipated.
My knees hurt, my back hurts.
Notice how Ricky didn't laugh. That means it's true.
Oh, probably.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's possible that...
Oh no, he's gonna say it. Go on.
You know what is a weird symptom of constipation?
Diarrhea.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is legit.
I told you Ricky's gonna say constipated diarrhea. I should have a magic word, and then whenever we say it, we celebrate somehow. I have to think about that, though. But, yeah.
Yeah, finally got a bike. I'm gonna do a little work to it.
You already had a bike.
Yeah, I finally got a bigger bike
Okay.
that I actually can ride comfortably.
You're too big for the other one?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna do some work to it. Well, I'm not physically gonna do the work. I'm gonna get the work done.
Oh, damn, that's different.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for that.
Haven't decided yet. I know where I would like to take it, but it's like 20 hours away.
Oh, cool. Is this somewhere in like Florida?
Ding, ding, ding.
You in Florida, man.
Well, I'm sorry they put all the best motorcycle shops in one state.
I'm surprised Wisconsin doesn't have any good ones.
They do, but they're very, very much under the thumb of a certain company.
What, specifically Harley? Or...
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, you go to Florida, you kind of get a little more options.
Okay.
And these people do some crazy shit, so they'll very easily be able to do what I want.
Okay.
Which, debatably, what I want's not very much, given the bike.
Mm-hmm. What do you want?
Big bore kit with a timing gear instead of a timing chain. They have timing chain problems.
Alright.
Which with the cam that's gonna go in it, it's gonna give it a little bit more ass behind it, but not too much.
Okay.
And then I want to get a Baker 6-speed put in it instead of the 5-speed.
Okay.
Not really all that much. Not really all that impressive work. And then I think I'm gonna get a better carb put on it, which that I can do myself.
Alright.
But they can tune it a little better than I can.
Yeah.
Because it has a little bit of carb issues. Carburetor issues, but...
Okay.
That's just kind of a Harley thing.
I mean, that's just carburetors in general, to be honest.
Not really. Not if you get a really good one.
Oh, okay.
If you spend a little bit of money on a carburetor, you can get a pretty nice carburetor.
I do have a bit of a story, but it's not that interesting. It happened, I think, yesterday or yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Walmart, and I was in the little movie section, and I heard this screaming. It was just basically an angry parent yelling at her kids, but like, good God, man. I think it was a parent and a grandparent, and it was only the mom and the grandma. And they had like 3 or 4 kids, and 2 of them were like toddlers. And they just kept screaming and screaming at these kids. It's like, God damn.
What was the kid doing?
Well, the toddlers weren't really doing anything, but then there were 2 older ones, a boy and a girl. The girl was like a teenager, and the boy was like a young child, and they were just fighting. And then the toddlers kept screaming, and it was very loud. But you could just hear the parent or the grandmother just go, "Shut the fuck up!" throughout the whole store. Shut the fuck up! It was interesting. And
I like how it's always the parents are more obscene, trying to correct the child. They're more obscene and interruptive than the child could ever be.
Maybe, but yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it was something. And then I'm trying to remember exactly what they said. All I can remember is "shut the fuck up" over and over again. So I can think of. But yeah, it was just an interesting experience. It's like, you don't have to bring all your kids to Walmart. Oh yeah, there's one part where the mom, I think, was like, "Don't ever compare me to your father. Don't ever compare me to your fucking father." Just, it was... Oh my God.
The dad's probably just a generally cool guy.
Maybe.
Just good to the kids.
Maybe.
And that's why she's pissed.
I could see it. Don't ever fucking compare me to your father.
Yeah, what is the thing going on now where you see parents and kids in the store, and the kids are just being good, and the parents are just being annoying pieces of shit?
I don't know. I think it's because most kids are just distracted by their phone, and parents have to live in the real world, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Every time I see someone with kids, I guarantee the kids are gonna. I guarantee the situation that's about to happen. The kids are gonna be good. It's not gonna be their fault, and the parents are just gonna be annoying, obnoxious pieces of fucking shit.
But yeah, that person at the Walmart, man, they were raising a lot of. They were loud. They were fucking loud. Like, I didn't even notice the kid was crying because she was screaming so loud. Like, that's pretty bad. Like, a toddler crying is lower than yours loud.
Yeah.
Screaming.
And I hate this. This is gonna end up with Ricky on a soapbox. God damn it.
Yeah.
Here we fucking go. There's two things: is kids are generally getting quieter and more respectful as time goes on, which is weird.
It's kind of weird.
And the parents are just getting to be uptight fucking assholes and be assholes to kind of the kids.
I've been told that kids are acting more out in school, though.
Well, yeah, 'cause school fucking sucks.
Fair enough.
Yeah, kids are starting to communicate with each other and realize, hey, this is kind of bullshit, and I'm all for that.
Yeah, school does kind of suck. And it's only going to get worse.
And another thing I've noticed, and this is where the soapbox come in.
Uh-oh.
The entitlement of fucking parents. Jesus Christ, that is getting fucking bad.
Yeah?
And I know you've had to notice it too.
I don't know. I don't go out in public as much.
If you're in public, no wife, no kids, you kind of get screwed over a lot.
Really?
If you work, and this is a big thing I've noticed, if you work at a place and you have no wife, no kids, you kind of get screwed over a fucking lot.
Okay.
Not so much where I work now, but in the past it was really, really bad.
I never had this problem. I think it's more just because of your work specifically.
Yeah, it's getting worse. I'm glad I work where I do, where it's not so bad, but there are times where, like, we got one here just past this blind curve. We're gonna send you on it. I just did the last one. Well, this so-and-so has a wife and kids. What the fuck?
You talking about Kyle?
No, actually, Kyle didn't work there.
Oh, okay.
Or can you work this extra time or extra day or this overtime? Why? Well, so-and-so has a wife and kids. And it was completely... Like, God damn it.
Yeah?
I'm still a person.
Sure.
I'm still a goddamn person.
I will say at my work, last week I talked about how fucking busy we've been for like the whole month. It actually, as of last week, it's slowed down like a lot. At the point they were sending people home.
I'm so glad I didn't go as deep as I normally do on that one. Normally it gets bad.
Okay.
I'll put it how I normally put it to you after we're done filming.
Oh, great. We're going to be here another hour.
No, we won't.
But, yeah, I don't know. It also might just be because, like, parents are getting younger and younger, like...
No, parents are actually...
Well,
from
I
my
think
experience, are starting to get older.
they are starting to get older, but I guess when we were younger, like, we knew, or at least I knew, some girls in high school who already had a kid. I think I knew a girl in junior high who had a fucking kid.
Yeah.
It was like, wow.
Yeah.
Most of the cheerleaders are pregnant. I remember that.
Well, that was... Actually, numbers were going down, and it was still bad when we were in high school.
Yeah. Numbers, I think, have gone down a lot. Actually, I think birth rates in general have gone down kind of a lot.
Yeah, now it's becoming like 30s and 40s where people are having kids.
Yeah.
Which, I get it, but also, either have a kid or don't. For me, obviously, I'm choosing the don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I would never be against having a kid, but...
Oh, I absolutely am. 100%.
The only problem is just that...
Motorcycles are cheaper.
Yeah, they are. But just, where I live and I don't have a lot of money, it's really hard to actually be able to afford another person. It's hard to afford myself, let alone another person.
Yeah, I
And then I get to become the angry mom at Walmart. Shut the fuck up!
I
Don't
don't
compare
think
me.
I don't think you get to be the mom. I think that's illegal now.
I can be the grandma then.
You definitely can't be the grandma.
Actually, the grandma was louder than the mom. The grandma was fucking loud. She's the one screaming.
Why are
over the
old
top
ladies
of
getting more bitchy?
I've noticed that. Like, there's no kind old lady anymore. Like, there's no
they're all
help.
just
There's
stuck
no-
up cunts.
There's no helping grandma across the street. Now it's, get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna pepper spray you. And then, we gotta call them Karen and then film them, and then get big on TikTok, Damn it, I should have
I'm not
filmed.
against punching out an old lady.
I should have fucking filmed the people at Walmart. Ah, damn it. I always miss the best opportunities. I
might get my ass kicked, but I'll start a fight with an old lady.
She's got that purse, and I swear to God, they have like fucking lead stealing that purse,
Knowing now and old ladies now, there's probably a gun in that purse.
I'm gonna whoop your ass. You ever heard of the movie Thelma? It came out last year about a grandma who rides around on like a scooter having to find her son who got like kidnapped by a gang or a mob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Actually, I was in a Petco.
Okay.
This little old lady walked up to the counter like, I'm getting this kitty litter. I gotta get my money out of my purse. Opens up the purse and there's a 1911 sitting there. It was her 1911, her purse, 2 extra magazines, a 38 special, and then another 1911.
Well, she gotta get prepared. You don't know what's gonna go down at the
Like,
Petco.
holy fuck, Grandma's goddamn strapped.
Sure, that damn dog just sniffed my cooter. I'm gonna shoot the fuck out of that little shit.
Jesus Christ, calm down, ATF.
Ants, what could ATF mean for an old lady? Like a name, like Anne.
You're missing a joke.
I know.
The ATF shoots dogs.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah. I forgot about that. They do that. That should be an Olympic sport. Dog shooting. We could actually win a gold medal in the U.S. Really could. Sorry, I just realized what I said.
Hey, Grandma was fucking strapped. Like, I don't know what this. And it was this nice, sweet little old lady that's rare. It was like 5 foot nothing, 90 pounds.
Saggy.
Drove the big old Cadillac. Can barely see over the wheel. Just had
my
fucking
favorite.
3 pistolas in her bag.
Yeah, what do you think was in that clitoris? I mean, what do you think was in that vagina she was packing,
God damn it.
She had that pussy pistol. And a catheter. That's hard.
There's story. I've heard things.
What is it, Metal Gear Solid? Snake says that women have a tactical advantage because they have more places to hide their weapons or something.
There have been situations where women have been doing things with loaded pistols and it's turned out bad.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time they needed safety.
It's turned out real bad.
Yeah.
Also, there's a big thing with the nicotine pouches.
What is that? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to tell me there was a sex move with a weird name where a woman puts a dip in and then sucks a dick?
No. It's not how that goes. It's the Minnesota musket loader.
Okay.
And the man puts a dip in, waits for it to kind of tack up, and then shoves it in her ass and jams it in with his dick.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, this conversation got a little bit weird.
Yeah. There was a lady that worked at Loves With Us. You gave her a dip and she swallowed it. She didn't throw up either.
I did not give it to her.
Oh, she stole it from you?
Yes. She took it and put one in on her own choice. I had nothing to do with it. It was not my fault.
Yeah, that lady was crazy.
Yeah, and she now runs a store.
She does. I forgot about that. One time, the manager, the manager was making her a burger, and I just snuck a pickle on there. I didn't know she hated pickles. Mm-hmm. I found out she did very quickly, though.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow she figured out it was me, even though I didn't make the burger.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to remember that I worked there.
Man, I will say, Hardee's and Love's was... Okay, can you fuck off, dog? I will say it was significantly more interesting than Amazon. Because Amazon's like every week I could give you a love story. Like, if you go through our playthrough series, I think every week we record is a new love story.
Yeah.
But, like, Amazon's like, we're busy, we're not busy. Like, the only interesting thing there I saw was the guy pissed himself. Also, I might have saw someone giving head, but I've never been able to figure out if that's what I saw or not.
I mean, there's more interesting stories. A lot of them I just won't get into because I can't explain how it happens.
Okay.
My boss has a problem.
What's his problem?
He bought a 7.3 Power Stroke Ford.
Yeah.
Then a month later, he bought another 7.3 Power Stroke Ford.
Yeah.
And if things go at this rate, next month he'll buy another 7.3 Power Stroke Ford.
Yeah.
Somehow they turn into my problem.
Yeah, you can't escape them ever. I like every time I say we should make this into a school story podcast, it doesn't become that.
Mm-hmm. Is it just because we can't fucking remember anything?
Try and remember.
I remember you getting beat up by a bunch of girls.
Yeah, that did happen.
Twice.
I only remember the once.
Twice. It happened 2 years in a row.
Yeah, the only 2 years I ever had a girlfriend in school. I guess me and Tom, when we first met each other in pre-K.
Oh yeah, that's
I have zero remembering of pre-K, really. Actually, funny enough, I had like almost no recollection of much that happened before 7th grade. I think 7th grade is where I started comprehending memories.
Yeah, I was just sitting there in pre-K after they told me not to eat the goddamn crayons.
Well, the purple one tastes the best.
No, it's blue.
Okay, we're not going to have this argument here. We'll have that later.
I like just sitting there first day of school ever. Kind of nervous. Didn't really want to talk to anybody. There's a bunch of people there and other children I didn't know and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Then this kid just got like carried in. He's throwing an absolute fit. You could hear it for a while.
No, that sounds like me.
And they carried him in. I'm just like, oh. He doesn't want to be here just like I don't. I hope they don't set him next to me. I really hope they don't. And they instantly set him right across from me. He was still throwing an absolute fit. And it was a huge thing. He was yelling, screaming, crying.
Things have not changed. Go on.
And they set him next to me. I said hi. And everything.
Mm-hmm.
He yelled at me.
Yeah.
I got mad.
Yeah.
And now, 20-some years later, he still is exactly the same.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing I remember about pre-K, other than I remember seeing you there, was I think I got my first crush on a girl. I won't say her name. But yeah. I was a ladies' man for a long time, and I totally didn't make terrible decisions with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't remember actually becoming friends with you at all.
Yeah, in pre-K, I don't remember becoming friends. I know.
I remember you were there, but that's about it.
Yeah, me too. It wasn't until kindergarten. I think you and me were the only kids from the pre-K class.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we became friends. Because it's like, well, he's the only person I fucking know.
Yeah. And
that's how I remember it.
goddamn. what age are you?
Kindergarten, I think you're 6 or 7.
Damn. 20 goddamn years.
Yeah. And then pre-K, you're probably around 5 to 6.
Then it would be 20 years.
Yep. To be fair, our mothers knew each other when they were both pregnant with us.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yep.
It's also
your mom, our grandmas also knew each other.
Yeah. We have like a weird family history we didn't know about until years after knowing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my only kindergarten memory was the last day of kindergarten. Well, actually, I have 2 memories.
Games day? Games day.
Games day, yes.
Games day.
It was an entire school day where we played outside.
I remember my dad being there for some reason.
I don't remember that particular, but I
remember
see it.
he got stuck in a chair. Couldn't get out.
Yeah, that sounds like him. God damn it.
Which, stuff hasn't changed after. I just remember that, and I remember he is a prolific smoker at that point.
Yeah.
Because he was all the way up until well after I finished high school. That was a tough day for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a heavy smoker.
Yeah. The other kindergarten memory I have is we had nap time. And I remember I snuck up and put my little carpet, my little thing that's right there still.
Yeah.
And I laid next to Ricky instead of anyone else, and we talked instead of taking a nap ever.
I don't remember ever taking a nap. I thought that was just
the teacher's break time.
That was the teachers going to have a beer in the bathroom. You little shits, just lay down.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I do have another kindergarten memory. You bring up bathroom. The only time I've ever been in a girls' room, our kindergarten class was right next to the girls' room. So whenever there was like a tornado drill or something, that's where we actually went into. So if there's any poor lady in the women's room, she'd be surrounded by a bunch of kindergartners if there's ever a tornado drill. I said tornado. Oh no. Oh no.
I do remember we had a bathroom in the corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had bathrooms in our own classrooms at that time.
Yeah, and I remember just having not me, someone having very prolific diarrhea, and it was loud.
It's probably like every day, honestly. Did they start moaning? Oh, hot.
Started crying for his mom.
Mommy. Oh, it's like Freddie Mercury. Mama. Just killed him.
That might have been 1st or 2nd grade though.
Yeah, fair enough. I remember, we were like the generation that was just getting computers into schools at that time when we were so young.
Yeah, I don't remember having computers in
kindergarten. I don't know about kindergarten, but
I do remember in kindergarten we got in a full ass argument.
Oh, what about
what channel the Dukes of Hazzard was on.
How the hell would I know that? I don't think I ever really watched the Dukes of Hazzard at that point.
And you gave full channel number and everything.
Oh, that's probably.
You ran up the teacher. Teacher, Ricky says Dukes of Hazzard is on channel 44. It's on 32. I think is what you said.
Well, I was right, obviously.
No, you were definitely no. It was CMT.
I don't know what channel 32 is. Like Spike or something?
I don't remember if it was 32. I just remember you just cry screaming that, dude. By today's standards, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I will say, the numbers of channels you grew up with as a kid, those stick with you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Cartoon Network was channel 16. 27 was Nickelodeon.
27, 44.
14 is Disney. 28 was
it went
Weather
from 14
Channel.
to 40 as a kid.
Yeah, it did. I remember that.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it always pissed me off.
It was stupid.
13 was the local channel. That was fucking terrible. It was just like a slideshow with really bad radio.
I was just You know those linking chains that they had?
Linking chains.
Where you just put a chain together and that was supposed to be a toy? And I've absolutely fucking loved it.
I don't remember that, no.
Yeah, they were just like chain links. You just make a big ass chain and we at one point put them all together.
Wonderful.
And
Ooh, I do have another kindergarten memory. I keep getting them now. Weird. But during Halloween, we had a mummy contest. And it was me as the mummy. And there was another kid who was like my enemy at the time. I'm not going to reveal his name.
I know exactly who you're referring to. I don't know why you still hate him.
I don't know why.
It's been 20 years.
I don't still hate him. I don't know.
We were in kindergarten.
Well, to be fair, his dad is a lawyer, so I kind of hate him.
I mean, that's fair, but also...
It was a fun rivalry when we were kids, but now it doesn't really make any sense.
You hated each other for years for no apparent fucking reason.
Yeah. No, I all started from this mummy contest because...
Did he just, like, dick punch you?
No, because I won the mummy contest, and debatably I shouldn't have, because... I'm not kidding. So what... This one sounded really wasteful, and it kind of was. But the mummy contest, the kids rolled around us with toilet paper. Wasted probably a bunch of fucking rolls of toilet paper, by the way. And
it was school toilet paper. Don't act like it was good.
True. And
that shit was like John Wayne, rough and tough, and didn't take shit off anybody.
And I remember I won because the other kid, he was surrounded with toilet paper. They didn't cover up his eyes, so you could still see. But the kids who wrapped me up didn't give a shit. They just wrapped up my whole fucking face, and she's just like, "Well, Anthony wins. He's more accurate to a mummy." And I was sitting there like,
I really wish I kicked you down.
Yeah, people probably could have. I wouldn't know who they would have been either. Also, we used to play 7-Up Heads Up all the time.
7-Up. I was about to bring that up.
We
were an unfair son of a bitch in that game.
Yes, I was.
It doesn't count if you yell... If you go... Spare change, please. And my fat ass instantly laughs. That's not how the game works.
Yeah. Oh, my phone's going off. I don't even remember how that game was played anymore. But
no, I don't either. But this motherfucker,
I would make people laugh so I could hear they laugh or hear anything.
You lay your head down so you can't see, and you people go around and they put your thumb down. You have to guess who put your thumb down. This motherfucker would always just say the funniest goddamn shit and make the person laugh so he knew.
It worked.
He's cheating, motherfucker.
There's no cheating. There's no rule that says I couldn't make him laugh.
I'm pretty sure there is now. And who caused that rule?
Probably me. I remember, I guess we'll do like kindergarten to like 3rd and 4th grade because it's all kind of mixed together.
Yeah, that's when we were in classes together.
Yeah.
Up until
3rd grade, yeah. But I remember there was an episode of Billy and Mandy. What was the line? It was like, if I'm so dumb, how smart are you? Or something like that. And I remember Ricky kept...
If I am dumb, what am I?
Yes, that was it. And Ricky kept repeating it. And that was like literally all he said for one day. And everyone thought that was the funniest shit. And I was thinking like, he's just doing a Billy and Mandy line over and over again. But everyone's like, Ricky, do the line again.
I don't remember this.
That's all he did for a whole day. I swear that really happened.
So 1st grade, you got beat up by a bunch of girls.
I think that wouldn't be until like 3rd grade.
Or was it 2nd and 3rd?
Third
or was it 3rd and 4th?
3rd and 4th.
Yeah, that happened twice.
Yeah, that did, back to back.
And it's the same group of girls, technically.
Kinda. So 1st grade, I don't really remember 1st or 2nd grade very well.
I don't either. That's when I started having issues.
Like, I remember kindergarten. I remember the teacher. They both had the same name. But 1st and 2nd grade, I have no idea who my teachers were in 1st and 2nd grade. Like, I have zero recollection of who those people were.
Neither do I. I do not remember anything. I do remember the teacher had a son playing football. So that mattered in our class for some reason.
Oh, didn't you used to play football for like a year or two when you were like a really little kid?
Yeah.
I never did any sports like that.
Yeah. I did a few sports as a kid. I just didn't. It didn't follow me into junior high or high school.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Well, I know why, because I started to get to be a fat piece of shit. They like cars better than anybody else.
Yeah. I remember this probably happened in first or second grade. You had a. I guess we'll talk about the Ben 10 RV. That was probably our biggest fight. Me and Ricky were friends, but when we were on the playground, like, we get an hour of recess, or actually 2 hours of recess, and even though we were friends, those 2 hour recesses, we were like the biggest dicks to each other.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. And then, like, we'll pretend nothing ever happened the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I just, like, throw you off a slide or something?
No, I did that to you. That's the Ben 10 RV incident. You were showing off your Ben 10 RV, and then I chucked off the slide, then I pushed you off the slide, and you, like, bent your arm against the slide, and there was a whole big thing about that.
No, I never broke my arm as a kid.
Me neither.
Never even hurt my arm as a kid.
No, I never. No, I don't think I broke your arm, but I think I hurt your arm and something happened.
Mm.
But yeah, I remember that was probably our biggest fight. It was something to do with he had like a toy version of the Ben 10 RV. Yeah. I don't really remember why we were so mad at each other.
Oh, I hazily remember this.
Okay.
I was at recess with another friend.
Go on.
And I don't know, we just hated each other at this point for some reason.
Yeah, this is our hating each other phase.
This kid went like, "Is that the kid you don't like?" Like, yeah, he went up and punched you right in the back.
I think I remember that. Oh yeah, it was a special needs kid, I think.
Or something like that. And you told him that I'd punched you, and I was being honest. Nope, I didn't do it. You're like, yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Nope, but I know who did. Well, Ricky, how do you know who did it? Because I asked him to.
Hey. Charles Manson got life in prison. He didn't commit the murders.
I didn't get in trouble at all.
No.
The other guy got detention.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I did not get detention when I was younger. Honestly, I almost never got detention when I got punished for things that I did later on in school. We're still at the happy memories, though. We got a while till then. But, yeah, I never really got detention very often. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go into more...
I remember one time we were, like, having a fist fight on a,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We were having a fist fight on a baseball diamond.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think we were, like, 3rd grade.
Alright.
So we were a little bit bigger, and this kindergartner tried to break up the fight.
Yeah, we booted his ass, didn't we?
And we just beat his ass together. And started being friends again.
I don't remember that, but that sounds great.
Yeah, we whooped the shit out of this kid.
Get the fuck out of here. This isn't your shit to deal with. Yeah, we caused a lot of terror on the playground. It was just because we would fight each other and we'd accidentally get other people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still never started the whole entire recess fight.
Oh, yeah.
That was an idea for a long time. We were going to try to get the entire recess and student body to have a giant just fist fight.
Yeah, that was hard.
And it just never happened.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there's probably, like, a lot of recess stores. I don't remember. I will say, I always thought we did have, like, a third friend, but he kind of disappeared over the time. But Ricky would disagree with me at that. But, I don't know if I should say his name, but,
I don't remember this.
I'll censor it, but it was a kid named... I always remember him hanging out with us together all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Then he just sort of disappeared.
Yeah. And then,
like, it used to be the 3 of us, now it's just the 2 of us.
I remember you were on the swing.
Oh, I love the swings. Those are my favorite, I'll be honest.
And you were singing All Summer Long by Kid Rock.
Yeah, my mom showed me that song. I liked it.
And then the teachers told you to stop singing that song, and I don't remember...
Probably some dude drinking, that's why.
I don't remember what you went to, but it was way, way fucking worse. I don't know if it was the George Carlin bit, because that's what I wanted it to be, but that might have actually been what it was.
I don't know if I knew who George Carlin was. I was probably thinking like the South Park Cartman thing. I was like, what's that? You can't... Man, what's the South Park movie line? Somebody, you can't say fuck in the class or something. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. Or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what you did. You were escorted out of recess that day.
Wonderful.
I was like, God, what am I supposed to do now?
Oh.
Sitting there alone now.
Yeah, we get to that. But I guess that's like our third grade. I guess we get into fourth grade, which is where we were separated. We weren't in the same classes.
Oh, we were similar recesses.
We had the same recess. I think it was the recess was the entire school, actually.
I don't remember.
At least up until fourth or fifth grade, but yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot. Third grade is when I got my first girlfriend, who was this weird, bug-eyed lady.
Yep.
And she had a friend group who would kind of follow us up until, like, high school, honestly.
Until you just kind of left me alone for, like, half the year.
Well,
No one to talk to.
That's fifth grade. Yeah.
No, they're in this situation. You went off with them, and I was just like, well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, well, you know, you can't have friends with men and a girlfriend at the same time. You can't hang out with the boys, you know. Actually, I think that's why we broke up. It's because me and this girl, I mean, we were alright, I guess. I don't know, just third grade. But, like, I was like, damn, she's kind of boring. Like, you can't fist fight your own girlfriend, you know. You can fist fight your best.
You can.
You can.
You
it's
can
frowned
if you're
upon.
famous.
I should get a bumper sticker that says that. Yeah, basically, me and her broke up. I was one who caused the breakup, and she was completely devastated. Like, her whole world ended.
Yeah.
And then I just hung out with you. I was like, yeah, fuck that bitch. And then
Until the one fateful day.
yeah, she had like a friend group of 3 other girls, and they got angry at me a lot. They would literally, their whole recess was just them stalking us while we were hanging out.
Yeah, and then there was one fateful day they started approaching, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to be good. See you later.
Bye, Ricky. And then I died, yeah.
Hey, you didn't know why I left. I just went around this slide and went like, oh, hell, this is going to be great.
Yeah. I don't really remember.
Boom!
I don't fully remember everything that happened. Thankfully, I didn't beat
You got
up.
a few good shots in, but in the end, they kicked the fucking shit out of you.
Oh, I punched a girl. Oops, a daisy. Actually,
It was self-defense. I'll say that.
You gotta admit, kids are kids. They can punch a girl every once in a while.
No, it's definitely self-defense, but you got your fucking ass handed to you. I'm laughing. Hysterically.
Yeah.
I think I legitimately pissed myself laughing so hard.
Yeah.
The teacher's watching this happen.
They didn't really intervene for a little bit.
They didn't at all. They just got tired of beating the shit out of you. They left.
Yeah.
And I never came to check on you at all.
And then I probably just went back to class. I was like, yep.
You could have been hurt really badly, and I just kind of abandoned you, and I do not at all regret it, and would do it again given the opportunity.
Yeah. And then in fourth grade, so, wait, what's the second and third grade? Ah, fuck it, whatever. Fourth grade, I found another girlfriend who, funny enough, had like the same exact friend group as the other one.
Yep.
And I will say, actually, this one didn't turn out as bad, but I don't remember who broke up with who.
It
But
turned out exactly as bad.
really, I don't remember getting in a fight with that one. But yeah, but no, she was really creepy. She was like, even years after we broke up, like in junior high, she'd come over to my house and like offer to meet up with my mom and stuff. It was like really weird.
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't remember any getting beat up for dating her, breaking up with her.
Yeah, you definitely. It was a slightly less
Oh.
beat up.
I don't remember that one.
I still didn't help at all and assist you after the fact, but it is slightly less bad. It's still funny. Still fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that is weird. Don't like meet up with your ex like years after you break up. Like, don't go to their home. I've had that happen like twice. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it could be worse. It could have been the crazy bitch from junior high.
Oh my god. Well, we haven't got there yet, but yeah.
She was ugly.
She was ugly. She was a female version of me, so that's pretty bad. No, me. Okay, not to get spoilers into junior high, but there was this girl. She really liked me. It was like borderline an obsession, and she was like kind of tall, but besides that, she looked identical to me. Like she had the curly hair and the teeth and the eyes, and it was like
Fucking fugly.
yeah. One of Ricky's like, come on, you gotta admit, she looks just like me if I was just a little bit taller.
I mean, if you got kicked in the head a few times, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe was she uglier? Than
She
me?
fell forth from the ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down from that fucker.
Yeah.
Got hit by the ugly truck. They backed up, went forward, backed up, went forward, backed up, went forward, and then this bitch came to school to fucking have a weird obsession with Anthony.
Yeah, maybe her face was deformed or something. I don't know. At least I look kind of normal, but no, she was weird looking. But,
How did you get so ugly, bitch?
My daddy used to hit me with a belt,
Cool, he should have hit you a little harder.
but only in the face.
I was kind of a mean kid.
Oh wait, what? You were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to 4th and 5th grade, I guess. Anyway, I guess 4th grade is where my behavioral issues started. I don't know if we want to get in.
Fucking shit.
I don't know if we want to get into that right now or any more last
I
stories.
don't remember. I just want to tell this story.
Okay.
Because I think it was junior high actually, but I got in trouble because of one of your rampages too.
You're welcome.
It was not my fault. It was 100% your fault.
Yeah.
You were throwing things at the class. I grabbed the teacher's catching mitt and just, hey, right here, bud, right here.
Oh, I remember that. Hell yeah.
I got in trouble too.
Well, I guess we'll go into that. So around 4th grade, first of all, my 4th grade teacher, my 3rd grade teacher was a cool dude. My 4th grade teacher was a cool dude. My 5th grade teacher was a bitch. But around 4th grade, I would say in the later half of the year, I just got really angry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like puberty? I don't know if it was like some sort of not chemical. I can't think of the word I'm thinking of.
They're putting chemicals in the water.
They're
making the kids angry.
They're making the kids angry. They're making the kids throw things. But yeah, I would just throw shit. Like in the middle of class, something would just upset me, and I just pick up a whole desk and chuck it at a couple students, and then throw a chair. And then as someone ran away, I pick up someone else's desk and a chair, and throw stuff off the teacher's desk. And by the end, the classroom had to be completely rearranged. And
shit was broken.
Yeah, this is back when kids had stuff in their desk. So if you flipped it up, it would open up and everything would fly out. And so kids would be like, oh, this is mine, or this is mine, this is mine. No, this is mine. This happened, started in 4th grade, yeah. Not really sure why this happened. And I found out later I'm not the first person in my family that would do this. Which, great. But, yeah, my favorite 4th grade story of this, I have a really bad memory of all the times I did this. I think I sort of would black out when I did this.
Mm-hmm.
But the one I do remember from 4th grade was the ISAT test. This big brick paper sheet. This thing had to be like 200, 300 pages of bullshit. I fucking ripped that fucker in half. In 4th grade, I don't know how I did that. To this day, I'm still impressed I did that. But the teacher is like, what are you going to do, rip it? It's a book. And I just... And I was like, I don't know how I did that, but okay. And then I, threw the desk and stuff.
Yeah, I never paid attention in that. I never read the questions.
Yeah, I never took the ISAT seriously. Just because To be honest, when I was younger, I used to get away with C's and D's. It wasn't until in junior high I started actually getting A's and B's. I was kind of a dumb kid, I think.
Yeah, I just go A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C.
Imagine you get them all right. But, yeah, 5th grade, I guess we'll get into 5th grade. Because 4th grade, not much happened. Me and Ricky saw each other a little less. I think 4th grade is when we went from having 2 recesses down to only 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So for some reason, like the whole school system changed when we were in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Because up until then, kindergarten through 5th grade were all in the same school.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we went to 4th grade, they changed it so that kindergarten to 3rd grade was in a different school. 4th and 5th grade was in this school, and then junior high and high school. So we were literally at the point where we just hit the spot where we were in a school with only 4th and 5th graders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Now they just had a bunch of empty classrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in 5th grade, I guess we'll get into 5th grade, because that's where I actually got kicked out of school for a while. But when I started 5th grade, I was in regular class, but then, like, halfway through the school day, I'd go into a different class, which I didn't know what it was at the time, but now I know. It was a class for kids with behavioral issues.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was at the time. And I was doing my normal stuff. I would throw things. I didn't care for my 5th grade teacher. She was kind of a bitch. Or at least I thought she was. Just imagine she watches this.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't really know her very well, so, you know.
And or care.
Yeah. But, there's one day, I don't know why this day pissed me off, and a few podcasts ago, you talked about the police coming to school, and then you're like, I just made that up. No, this is the situation. There was a kid I hated. This was my grandma's neighbor. He was a kid I knew. Mm-hmm. He started coming to our school. And me and him didn't get along anymore. I hit him with a brick at my grandma's house. Like, full-fledged hit him in the head with a fucking brick. Like, goddamn.
So you hit him with a brick. And now you hate him because you hit him with a brick?
I think he hated me, and then I hated him, and then I hit him with the brick. So I think there was hatred before the brick incident. But, basically, one day I threatened to kill him. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I guess, you know, at that time, school shootings were a thing. Well, I guess they still are. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, basically when I went to my other class, little did I know, someone went up and told the teacher, and then that teacher told the principal, and then the next thing we knew, we had basically a code yellow where the whole school was shut down. And
oh shit! Wait, that would? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just a coincidence.
No, I went to see a couple police officers, which they didn't really do much of anything. Like, what are they gonna do? Arrest a 5th grader? Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know.
They could.
They probably could.
They would now.
They wouldn't. Yeah.
They absolutely. Your ass would be in jail now.
Yeah, but basically, it just ended with nothing. But at that point, I made the school really, really, really angry, and so I don't know if I got expelled technically, but I basically did get kicked out of school. And so this led to like a whole big event. Now, I was in 5th grade. I don't remember how old I was, and I honestly don't have a 100% great memory of this. My mom sort of told me this throughout the years. But I went to see, like, a psychologist, and the psychologist said, like, oh, he's a normal kid. Like, yeah, he's a little bit stupid, a little bit angry, but he's just a regular kid. But, I don't know if it was the state or who, but they wanted to send me to, like, a specific school. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's a boarding school specifically or what it was. Mm-hmm. But it was basically a school, sort of like a juvie, where it was specifically on a boat for some reason. And you would be locked in, like, cells, and actually had to go to, like, mandatory classes and be escorted around and such.
Well, that's actual fucking juvie. Like, that's not like juvie. That is.
I don't think it was juvie, though. It was something. But they were trying to get me into that because they're like, we don't know how to help this kid anymore. And this one psychologist or counselor lady, I don't remember who she was. She was the, like, only person who defended me. Mm-hmm. She was like, this kid is normal. You can figure it out. He can go to regular school. Just put him somewhere else. And what eventually happened was, and my mom told me this, it was the day that I was supposed to be taken away. Mm-hmm. That she got the call because not everyone agreed on the situation that I would not be going to whatever this school was. Mm-hmm. She literally packed up the bag and everything, like the day I was supposed to go, and it didn't happen. And then it led to a big issue where it's like, well, this kid can't go back to the elementary school I guess I got expelled from, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to figure out what to do with me. So for like another month or two, I just didn't have school. And then when I came back, I had to go to the junior high. I was in 5th grade with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders because of, I just couldn't be around kids my own age. Or I couldn't be in that elementary school anymore. I'm laughing. It's funny. But I got counseled before I went into that school. And I actually was counseled by the 8th grade social studies teacher. She, cool lady. I actually really liked her. I was really sad I was never in her class.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. And because she was in, like, social studies and history, there was a big event that happened where a bunch of minors got stuck somewhere. And one of the classes that I went in, there's, like, a big thing where they actually got them out. And she was like, wow, I'm watching History Live. So if you want to figure out what year or date that was, try to figure out when those minors got unstuck. Anyway, what were you doing in 5th grade when I was not there anymore?
It was just 4th and 5th grade. I was kind of not really want anyone to talk to because everybody else is just into stupid shit.
Yeah.
I fucking didn't care. Boring. Didn't really like anybody because they were into new fad shit and I was not.
Around that time, I remember silly bands really popular.
Yeah, I'm just over here, like, fucking, I would have had fucking still had Dukes that has their Hot Wheel cars and listen to Hank Williams Jr. I was not a normal child.
No, I liked Hot Wheels, though. I used to have a bunch of them.
I was a weird child that they took away my weird friend and didn't talk to anybody.
Didn't have anyone to beat up anymore.
Yeah, didn't have anyone to beat up. But then comes the day. They went like, you seem bored. You don't really talk to anybody. We located your buddy.
Oh, I guess this is back when I went into junior high.
I guess it's like a couple months after the school started. We finally... You finally fucking found him? Jesus Christ, he's been gone for a while.
Well, that was when I got kicked out. And
Did fucking little Anthony get stuck in a well?
Pretty much.
How'd you lose him? I didn't know he was lost. They went like, we're gonna take you to the junior high so you can see your what looks to be your only friend.
Yeah, that's bad.
Cool. These people fucking suck. Like, the rest of these kids suck. I don't like any of them. And then every, I think, Thursday, Friday.
Yep.
I went down to
my junior high classroom.
Yeah, your junior high classroom, and we played video games.
Yeah, we played Smash Brothers Melee on the GameCube that my teacher had. But yeah,
I remember them saying there were a few complaints, and I don't remember any.
But what?
Yeah. I don't.
So I guess around 5th grade, I was put in junior high. I was in a class called STARS, which is for kids with like criminal backgrounds or emotional issues or behavioral issues.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, met some cool kids there. My first year in 5th grade, actually there was a lot of cool kids, and then they all left when I went into 6th grade. I was like, damn. But 5th grade, nothing I can fully remember. I was one of 2 5th graders in there. There was another 5th grader in there who was there actually at the beginning of the school year. He was a really cool dude. Be with him up until high school. He eventually dropped out, which yeah. But don't remember a lot from my 5th grade, other than every Thursday and Friday we'd play on the teacher's GameCube that she had. I'd bring Melee, and Ricky would come over, and we'd have a bunch of fun. And I would try to get Ricky to actually win a game, but it never happened.
Still will never happen.
No.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. And it was every Thursday, every Friday, one of your teachers would come down and get me, and then take me back after, just before the bell rang.
Yeah. That might be because of my mom, because when I first get into trouble in 4th grade, like I said, that was the first class we weren't in together. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, well, his only friend is Ricky, and he's angry all the time. Maybe you should put Ricky and Anthony in the same class. And then the school board was like, well, not school board, but the principal and staff would be like, well, we can't do that because they're different education levels and stuff. Which I don't think is true because I was fucking stupid and Ricky was also fucking stupid. So I feel like we should have been.
My situation through all those years is I had undiagnosed dyslexia and undiagnosed autism.
Yeah.
So what they took as he's not a good student or he's at a lower education rate was just we didn't want to do our job and actually see if there was something up here.
Yeah. We were like, I guess the first generation where autism and dyslexia were more commonly accepted.
Oh,
like,
no, they weren't at all. That's the problem.
Well, when we were in junior high, as we grew up, it became more and more accepted.
They went out of their way to make me just look like incapable or stupid.
Yeah.
Because they would never actually say, hey, let's test him for this, this, and this. So we can educate him better in a way that would work. But they never did that, and I'm still kind of dealing with the aftermath of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what they thought was a lower IQ or lower, harder to educate was just undiagnosed autism, undiagnosed dyslexia. So when I said I really can't fucking do this shit, it looks like gibberish, they probably should have fucking listened.
Yeah. I was probably not properly diagnosed with anything ever either. I was told in high school I had a diagnosis, which I don't remember ever happening. But, yeah. It was, I don't even remember what it was. It was like extreme emotional disorder or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
which
I was never told that until high school, and I don't know when I got tested for that, supposedly, but, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about getting tested see if I have ADHD on top of that.
Maybe.
Top of both, which is very possible and would actually answer a few more questions. Which, getting a trifecta, holy shit, that's rare.
The Father, Son, the Holy Spirit?
The dyslexia, the autism, and the ADHD?
That boy ain't right. Oh, yeah, I guess junior high is when my obsession with King of the Hill began. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're going to go up until 7th or 8th grade, and then episode 31 we'll do high school, I guess.
Yeah.
But, let's see I was in 5th grade. Alright, so 6th grade, I was still in stars. Nothing particularly happened that was that interesting, other than a lot of the kids that I liked from 5th grade were in 8th grade and they went to high school, so I didn't see them, like, ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, at that point we had 2 really cool teachers. One of them was a nice old lady, an actual nice old lady, I know. And the other one was a younger lady who was pretty cool then. And like I said, me and Ricky would still see each other Fridays. And now, since he was also in 6th grade, we also start seeing each other during lunch.
Lunch would happen in your classroom. Actually, I think there were more days a week. I just went down there and I think at one point it was just like the end of every day.
I think that's about right. And then I will say this class, it's a little bit of spoilers ahead, but man, this class kind of, as it went on, kind of got worse. But 6th grade was good. Nothing particularly special stood out during 6th grade. I was pretty much only in stars. I was never out in any classroom. I did get a new friend in that class who was in my class, my age. And that dude was creepy. And that's also when you met Mr. Masturbator, who Ricky would have to deal with in high school. This kid poked a hole in the bus seat and fucked it in 8th grade in my class. Or 7th grade, I don't exactly remember.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. And then 7th grade, alright, so 7th grade, like I said, this is where I kind of actually have memory of things.
Mm-hmm.
I actually remember my first day of 7th grade somewhat. So on the summer vacation, I got the school schedule, and I couldn't fucking believe it. I was out of the STARS class. They took me out of the behavioral issue class, which totally would not blow up in everyone's face. Spoilers.
Like, instantly?
Actually, it took a little bit. But, what was interesting was like half my schedule I was in regular classes where I'd go to a new class every hour, but then the other half of my schedule I was in the special needs class because what I was told was they weren't sure how to re-enter me into regular classes since I was out of them for like a year and a half or 2 years. So half of it was the special needs and half of it was in a regular class, and for some reason they gave me the 6th grade special needs class instead of the 7th and 8th grade one. I don't know why. And Ricky, you were also there in a couple of classes. That's actually the first time, a long time, me and him had classes together. Yeah. And that's where I met a lot of kids that we'd actually kind of grow up with, even though they were a class under us. We'd have Short Mechanic, who unfortunately is no longer with us.
Yeah.
We'd have High Pitched Voice Kid, who I had to tolerate up until high school. I hate that kid.
Yeah.
And then we had the kid that got arrested for trying to meet up. He got caught in a sting operation trying to meet a minor. That was in my 7th grade class. That kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But 7th grade started out fairly normal. I don't think I really had any major issues. I think the first day I got really stressed out because I was not at that point used to changing classes every hour. Because before then, in STARS and elementary school, it was just one class. You'd sit there pretty much the entire day. Which, yeah. And then eventually later in the school year, that's when that one lady who really creeped us out would come into my social studies class. And she also, funny enough, had the same friend group as my 2 other exes. I don't know why, but these fucking ladies, they followed me. Like, even in the regular classes I was in, they were there. I never understood it. But eventually, towards the end of 7th grade, my misbehavior began. But somehow I did get into a little bit of trouble in 7th grade, but somehow I actually did not get put back into the behavioral class in 7th grade. I actually made it through the full year in regular classes. I did have to go into that class for one other class, or like a social skills class, because they're like, man, this kid doesn't know how to talk to other kids at all. Which, not my fault when you kick me out and lock me in another class with like the same 4 or 5 people for 2.5 years or whatever. But hey, whatever. And then, yeah. Do you remember anything for 7th grade? Any creepy girl stories?
All I remember is the trying to catch shit you were throwing.
Trying to catch shit I was throwing. Oh, yeah.
In the creation of Fat Man.
Oh, my God. I kind of forgot. Oh.
And that's all I remember.
Yeah, so Fat Man, we did an episode on him. He's like our little comic character. I still have all those original comics. Yeah. Even the first one we ever did was in 7th grade, but that's when I think I really got into like art, like drawing particularly, because I used to draw on the whiteboard all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah, 7th grade is also like the summer between 6th and 7th grade is when I got into Team Fortress 2, and I got way too heavy in that game, like 3,000 hours.
I think it was the end of 8th. We went to Wisconsin.
Yeah, we went to Wisconsin. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, when.
I do want to go to Wisconsin again. Maybe not the Dells, but I do want to go to Wisconsin.
We can go through the Dells, definitely.
Beautiful state.
Yeah. I liked Wisconsin. So I guess we'll begin with 8th grade, which I think will be sort of the end, and then next time we'll just do high school. Hopefully we'll remember some high school stories.
Whatever. This is, again, not to change the subject or get into a weird side tangent. When we go to Wisconsin, we are hitting the avoid highways and button just to actually drive through
Wisconsin,
the country.
Oh, okay. But 8th grade, that's where the world started to kind of get shitty, like school. So what I missed is that behavioral class. I don't know what happened during 7th grade, but apparently the teachers and the principal and the school staff really got pissed off at them, and so they became like, I don't know the best way to explain it, but pretty much completely and totally 24/7 surveillance. Well, not 24/7, but during the school hours surveillance. Mm-hmm. And we had to have like the, first of all, they would mandatory on the bus.
That was I remember that.
Yeah. In 8th grade for that class, they would be forced to go on the bus to school and then to home.
Yeah, I remember that was at a point where you were riding with me, because I would come here to wait for my mom to get off work.
Oh, okay.
And you used to ride with me and Grandma.
Yeah. Well, that was in high school, I thought.
That might have been high school. I remember it being in junior high a little bit too.
Maybe. But
no, she'd give me a ride here and I'd be here until. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't in this behavioral class yet. We'll get there, but they were forced to go on the bus to school and after school, and they also lost 2 hours because apparently while I was gone, there was like a big conflict where one of the students in the class beat the shit out of just a regular student while walking to school. And so it became a thing where, because school would start like 8 o'clock, so they wouldn't show up until around 8:30, 8:45 on the school bus. And then they'd have to leave by like 2:30, 2:45 before 3 when school ended. So they lost like an hour or so. Because they had to leave before and after everyone else. Which is really fucked up. And so 8th grade started pretty normal. At this point, I was just straight up in regular classes, like none of the special needs class or nothing. And it was really stressful, I'm not going to lie. I could not keep up with that at all. And it didn't help that I kind of hated every single teacher, except one. I liked the science teacher. 8th grade science teacher is dope. But everyone else, I actually genuinely did not like. And that's also when the creepy girl was still in a bunch of my classes and all of them. And, man, I don't really remember how it started, but that's when it all started again. I used to get really angry, and that's when I started throwing shit again. And there's one really bad one. This one is, I think, the reason why I got put back in the class. I don't know why, but it was near the end of the day, and I got really pissed off. And I threw a couple chairs, and I accidentally hit a student and a teacher with a... This was the... In this time, this is when the desks were connected to the chairs. So it was the full desk chair. And I hit someone with the chair, and I also hit the teacher with the desk chair. And then the cop showed up and had to get picked up by my dad. And we had to walk home because he didn't have a license or anything. So, yeah. But, I also think that's when he first got diagnosed with cancer. So, I'm sure he wasn't very happy walking in the cold to have to pick me up from school. That was another thing. Since no one in my family had a car besides my grandma, who had a job, like, no one could ever pick me up. So whenever I got in trouble, they would just keep calling my mom or my grandma until someone could figure out how the fuck to escort me out of school. That was a big issue, even when I was in elementary school. But after that incident, I was put back into the STARS class, where I soon found out about the bus ride to and from school. And first of all, I liked it because I slept in for an extra half an hour, which was fun. And I actually did not hate the bus ride to school, because it means I didn't have to walk. But I will say, the bus ride after school was always a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But the bus driver complimented me. We had this bus driver who was this old motherfucker who hated everybody. I think he even hated our teachers. He never said anything good about anybody but me. He was like, everyone in this class, everyone in this bus is a fucking asshole. I hate all these students. He's cool. But everyone else is a fucking annoying piece of shit. And, yeah, that was great. And,
Oh, eighth grade.
I remember, I think the bus driver got, because, I'm going to say it, I live in a very shitty house to be dropped off in a school bus. Because the school bus to be driving the opposite way, and I have to walk around. Yeah, and we live in a very busy area. So yeah, it's kind of a shitty place to get dropped off in. Not the bus driver's fault. That's just because all the kids in that class lived all around town. And some of them lived out of town, so the school bus driver had to drive like a half an hour to drop one kid off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, any 8th grade or junior high memories?
That's when I actually got my diagnosis.
Oh yeah.
So they actually understood, hey, this kid's not fucking stupid. We just really fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's when I went to basically permanently the life skills special needs. Which I wouldn't have needed if they actually did something earlier.
Yeah.
People, I would not have needed those classes.
This is also when the kid fucked the school bus seat. It was in 8th grade.
I would not have needed those classes had they actually done some shit. This is why I talk the fucking school system. This is why I hate schools. This is why I'm very pro people dropping out if the school is not doing what they need to. There's where that comes from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, other than that, going to your classroom from time to time and all that.
I guess I'll talk about junior high stories. I kind of remember some from 8th. So...
Wait. I'll go after you. I remember something. I actually got in trouble in 8th grade.
Okay. Well, I will say we had a big...
it was either 7th or 8th grade.
Okay, we had a big trip at the end of 8th grade. That's how we'll end this podcast, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But, so some school stories. I think this happened in 7th grade, but there was a... This is, I think, the first time I ever heard of a gay kid. I didn't know what it was. I didn't really understand. But we had this little Mexican dude in our class. And if you want to know what he looked like, you know that picture of bald Britney Spears? Looked just like that, but Mexican. And I didn't know he was gay. I didn't know what that was. I thought he was just a weird fucking dude, which he was. But one day he mysteriously disappeared and he got kicked out of our class. I didn't find out 2 years later that there was another class there's another kid in the same class as his, same age. He just grabbed this guy's fucking ass in the middle of class and got kicked out of school for that. Womp womp.
Oh, I got in an intense argument with the teacher.
Is this 8th grade? Is this what you got in trouble for?
What grade did we do the Constitution test?
I did in 8th grade, so I imagine you probably did in 8th grade too.
Yes. This bitch, this fucking dumb cunt.
Why do I imagine this gonna be a Second Amendment argument?
No, it's the entire thing.
Oh, the entire thing.
She didn't understand the Constitution.
Wonderful.
She didn't. This was an intense, like, loud voices argument about the Constitution.
Yeah.
Because this bitch did not understand the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And she went, okay, do you want to teach the class? Do you want to... Yes. Yes, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. You don't understand any of what you're fucking teaching. 'Cause even from a young age, I had a pretty good grasp on the Constitution.
Okay.
And everything. Unbeknownst to me, I was autistic, and it was my special interest as a child.
All right.
For some fucking reason. Wouldn't you know, after I started explaining shit, people actually understood shit. I'm the one that got the fucking detention.
Yeah.
Everybody in my class passed after I explained shit.
Oh yeah, 7th grade's the first time I ever got detention.
And I got the detention for it because I explained it well.
Yeah. Alright, well, my detention story is really funny. So, the stupid reason to get detention, I was supposedly running in the hallway, which, from what I remember, I was not. And, so I went to detention, and there was a snowstorm, and the teacher was like, well, because of the snowstorm, we gotta cancel detention. I said, okay. When are we going to reschedule it? And she's like, I'll figure it out. Never heard from it again. Never had to do my first detention. Went in there, was told to leave. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Good thing, too, because I probably would have threw something anyway. I know a way to get out of here.
Yeah, but that's...
Teachers hate it when you know this one simple trick.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember much. Junior high just kind of sucked, because it always does, and I didn't want to be there, and Everything sucked. PE was stupid.
Oh yeah.
PE was stupid, but my favorite PE teacher I ever had was in junior high.
Was it the short lady or?
Yeah, the short lady.
Okay, she was cool.
Everybody hated her.
No, I never had a problem with her.
Everybody hated her and thought she was a bitch, except for me and you. Like, she was really nice once she understood that, like, you're actually trying here.
Yeah,
I wasn't, but she thought I was actually trying.
Weird little tangent. For being like a kind of a fat kid, and even fat now, never ever had issues with any gym teacher. I know you had some later on. But...
I've had some. All 4 years of high school.
Yeah, but no, I never had problems with my gym teachers. Any of them.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
All 4 years of high school, I failed PE.
Really?
That's why they eventually
took you out.
They took me out of PE and put me into mechanic and welding classes that I got kicked out of for other escapades that definitely started in junior high.
Wonderful.
Got kicked out again. Thought it was bullshit because there's a bunch of situations where I had to be out of school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and everything. Got kicked out. I went like, if I'm going back to PE, I'm just not coming back. But we're not getting into high school. I'll get into that later.
Yeah. So I guess I'll say some of the last junior high memories. Damn. Oh yeah. So civics. We're gonna talk about the Constitution. So fun story about this. So because my class, the STARS class, they did civics class before I joined them.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do civics before you graduate high school. So I thought, oh, well, they'll do it later on with me separately. And then we went to like the last 3 weeks of high school, junior high, and I was like, I told the teacher, hey, aren't you supposed to do civics to graduate? She's like, yeah. Oh, I never did it. And she looked at me like, what the fuck? And so I had a 3-week quick course on how civics work. And that's how I was taught civics. Because I completely missed it. And I got kicked out of regular classes and missed it again.
Yeah, I helped my sister with her civics homework.
Yeah.
And, well, I'll never be asked to help my sister with homework ever again.
Wonderful. Is your sister still in school? Is she senior?
Yep, senior.
Nice.
And going to college.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, going to a good college.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll talk about the cringiest memory. Do you remember any cringy moments from school? I got a good one, and no. I don't. Oh no.
I mean, some of the teachers were getting old at that point, but that's about it.
No, I have a memory. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me this day, but this is 8th grade. We had a mandatory 8th grade. I don't know what you call it, like a conference or something. And we had to meet.
Mandatory fun day.
No, that's when me and Michael Jackson met. No, it was like the high school gym teacher and like a bunch of athletes would come to our school and they would talk about high school or something. I don't really remember. And for some reason, I thought it was just really funny and I just kept laughing at the end of every sentence. I don't know why, but I pissed off every single teacher and student. And it got so bad that I got kicked out of a mandatory meeting for all 8th graders, which is wonderful.
Yeah, I remember.
But every sentence ended with an innuendo, and I don't know why. But I don't think they did it on purpose, but they just did. I thought it was really funny.
Oh yeah, I remember 7th grade. I had the gun accident, and it was weird to go to school after that.
The gun accident? What gun accident?
You don't remember the gun accident?
No, I don't.
With the gun malfunction?
No.
I was out skeet shooting.
Oh yeah, you did tell me this. Okay.
And the firing pin broke, so when I closed it, the gun went off.
Yeah.
Which, fun.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about a gun incident in the school. I was like, no, I don't remember that.
No, it was not.
Okay.
No, it was outside of school.
Yeah. I guess we never did any summer stories, but my summers are kind of boring, I'm not going to lie. A lot of just hanging out in the country with my grandparents, and then I'd either go outside, hang out with my friends, swim, or play video games. But yeah.
I don't like swimming. I don't like pools.
We had a nice pool back in the day. But I guess the last sort of junior high story, and there's probably more I can think of if I really thought about it. But for 8th grade, like I said, we were surveillance like 24/7 in the school. We couldn't do anything. And so I was trying to fucking eat in the cafeteria with Ricky, because that's what we actually used to do, was eat in the cafeteria together. But no, they wouldn't even let me do that. You have to eat in the classroom because you might kill somebody or something. I don't know. So I got into a hissy fit and I threw a whole tray at a teacher while she was carrying it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then I got in trouble. But 8th grade, our teachers turned to bitches in 8th grade. Fucking, all right, so the nice old lady, she retired. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the replacement was this bitch I hated. She was like from New Jersey or something. She always talked like this. She always talked like that, I don't know, like a Desperate Housewives show or something. She always talked like this, and she was a fucking cunt. I hate that bitch. And then our nice teacher, I don't know what happened to her. My theory is that she was angry at the school for like having to force her to change up and like be an asshole to students by surveilling them. So I think she just inadvertently became an asshole 24/7. But she also became like a bitch out of nowhere. So it was like 8th grade was really bad. And then yeah, the students all got mad. They had to ride a bus, and one of them just walked out. He's like, "I'm gonna walk home instead." And they called the cops on him. They actually straight up, and he got to get escorted home in a police car. Yeah, and yeah, it was just really fucked up time. It really was.
Yeah, that's when I went into the special needs life skills classes. We got to do community trips and all that. And go to stores and shit.
We weren't allowed outside.
But yeah,
we weren't even.
Again, shit I didn't need, but because they fucking didn't do anything for so long and just kind of oh, he's a fucking idiot for so long, that it kind of just set me back a whole bunch, and still is a problem to this day.
Yeah. I was surprised that they actually let kids go to the cafeteria and get their own food, because like we weren't even allowed to have a normal gym class. Like up until that 8th grade, we would have gym with regular students, be no issue. But for some reason, 8th grade, yeah, we had gym while gym class had lunch. So we only had gym with like the 6 students in our class, which, believe it or not, there's not a lot of fun games to do with only like 6 kids in a giant ass gymnasium.
3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah. That was like the one game we played throughout the entirety of junior high. It was Lightning, where just if you make a hoop, the person in front of you gets kicked out, you know?
Yeah, I never liked PE.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they need it. Why that has to be a thing.
Maybe.
I think that should be optional.
I will say in 8th grade, when I was in normal classes before the big incident, which I don't fully remember. Oh, wait, yeah, that's when I hit those kids. Anyway, in 8th grade, in gym class, that's when we got the military guy, gym teacher. And weird to say, he really liked me. Like, I was like his star student. Like, even though I got in trouble with every other teacher, he was like the one teacher that liked me. He liked me so much. During 8th grade, we had like an award ceremony where teachers would like hand awards to their favorite students. That military teacher, his first award went to me. Yeah. And later on in high school, I ran into him, and he remembered me, like full name and everything. It was crazy. He was actually a cool dude, even though I think you hated him.
Oh yeah, I hated every gym teacher except one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in elementary school, the gym teacher had a fascination playing YMCA every day.
Every fucking day.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, school was a weird time for me.
Yeah.
Just because shit was like diagnosed. They didn't really care. They didn't really want to do anything about it.
The big problem with school, at least for me, was that school was around for so long that when it was over, I just didn't know what else to do. Like, I was like, damn.
I'm going to be honest. I almost didn't go my senior year.
I was there in senior year. You were barely there.
Yeah, that's third in junior high. I just went like, fuck it. Just none of this shit matters anymore. Which I was right. It didn't really matter. It didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Four wasted years.
But junior high was interesting. I guess we'll talk about the school trip, unless you have any last stories you can think of.
No, nothing I can think of.
There's probably a bunch I'm missing. I'm sure one day we'll figure out some memories that we forgot here from junior high and elementary school. But for our last thing of 8th grade, every senior, including me, and kids in my class, we all went to Six Flags together, and it was a pretty fun day.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I remember was we got free refills. That was a mistake because I drank so much root beer or Sprite that every time we did something afterwards, I just had to take a fucking long ass piss. Every time.
We went on the water ride like 4 times.
That's a good water ride, though.
Yeah.
Me and Ricky don't like roller coasters that much, to be honest.
No. We kind of walked around all day.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I got sunburnt really badly, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that creepy girl, at the end of the day, she gave me a little keychain with her name on it. I was like, what the hell am I going to do with this? And I still have it. It's right there.
Yep.
I still have it. I was like, you know what? It's a good day, and even though this bitch is creepy, I might as well keep a souvenir, because I don't really have anything else from that day. I had a giant cowboy hat with the Bugs Bunny ears, but I don't have it anymore, because it broke. Yeah. I think I got the cup still somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day. And then I got home. My mom said hello. I went to my bedroom. And I passed out in the bed. And I didn't wake up until the next day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we went
And then we went to high school. Well, summer vacation, then high school afterward.
went to high school, and shit got weird from there.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about high school. I will say, I liked the behavioral class in high school a lot more than junior high. Junior high was bad.
Oh, yeah, your teacher was meant.
I had a fun high school teacher. I liked her. She's probably my second or third favorite teacher, because I really liked the old lady from my first STARS class. She was really nice.
Yeah, I only had technically 2 high school teachers, so,
Yeah. I had
Horse shit.
a couple. My favorite was they could never find a permanent second teacher for my class.
Mm-hmm.
So every school year, it would be the same teacher and then a new second one, because I could never figure out someone that would actually fit in my class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, your teacher kept pretty good control of everything.
Yeah, she honestly, not a lot of big situations in high school. Nothing like, I don't know. I feel like in junior high, there was just a lot more fights. There's, of course, the kid who got caught jacking off. High school, there's like a couple of things. There's one incident that I think of, and there's one almost fight. I don't think we ever had a full-on fight in my class. Fist fight, like physical.
Yeah.
In high school, which is surprising.
Yeah, I think I've been in more fist fights in high school.
I never got into a fist fight in high school.
Than your entire class did.
Yeah, I would say me and Ricky fighting, that ended like in elementary school, and then
you fighting in elementary school.
Well, we fought each other.
Well, yeah, fighting each other, yeah.
But yeah.
But
as soon as I got in junior high, I didn't calm down, but I just was less aggressive. But by high school, I think I really did calm down.
Mm-hmm.
I think I been done pretty good since then. I don't have as much anger or stress as I used to.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I used to stress over the littlest things. It was really bad. Yeah. Like I feel like in high school, I could have had a heart attack because I was just so fucking stressed out all the fucking time. I don't know why either.
Yeah.
But yeah.
High school episode is gonna get really weird, and I'm not looking forward to it.
I do have one junior high story left. I just thought of. I guess that's how we'll end this. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
This is a weird story. I don't know if you remember this, but and this was 7th grade or early 8th grade, and we'd have to sit in the auditorium before school started. So if you got to school early, you couldn't just go to your classroom. You actually had to sit in the gymnasium auditorium in the bleachers and wait for the bell to ring to go to your class. And so me and Ricky would hang out there. It's where we see each other in the morning. And one morning, we had this lady. She was in my class. I sort of knew her back in the day. She came up to us. I don't remember what she exactly said, but she was like basically telling us if we wanted to fuck her. Like very openly. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
This is a hell of a story. Let me continue. And me and Ricky, being too stupid, we were just like, what? We were just genuinely confused. Like, we didn't know how to respond. She came out of nowhere, too. And it was, like, really weird. And then I don't know if she just didn't know what to do because we weren't answering her. So she eventually left. And then me and Ricky looked at each other. I remember this. And I was like, Ricky, she was talking to you. And you're like, no, she was talking to you. And we were like, no, she's talking to you. She's talking to you. We couldn't figure out who the hell she was actually talking to. And then I went to my first hour class, and that's where the obsessed girl was there. And she sat next to us and heard it all, and then told the teacher. And then I had to tell the principal, the school counselor, my teacher, the whole story. And it was like nothing, really. But then she got in trouble, and she went to the principal's office. I don't know what happened to her, but just a big whole incident. And
I don't have any recollection of any of this. I don't know. No recollection. Didn't know that. No one ever talked to me, because then I would remember it.
No, I remember this because it was so fucking weird. And I think I remember it just because I had to actually go tell the principal and everyone what happened. And I was like, damn, are they going to be mad at me? Because I didn't instigate any of this. I was just sitting there with Ricky.
Yeah, I don't have any recollection of this.
And I think that's why I remember it, because I think if I didn't have to repeat the story to the principal, I would be like, damn, that was awkward, and I'll forget about that tomorrow. But then I had to tell everyone. I was like, oh, well, everyone knows now. Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't have any recollection of this, nor...
I do, and I was like, I really didn't understand why. It's the only time everyone has ever done that to me in my entire life. Well, actually, never mind.
Goddamn.
Oh, God. That's a work story. Well, I guess it's sort of a high school story too. But yeah, that was like the weirdest situation. Like I said, if Ricky doesn't remember it, I think I brought this up to you before too.
Yeah, I have no recollection of this.
Anyway, years later, nothing. I never talked to this lady again. But years later, I found out she has an OnlyFans now. I was like, yep, it fits her. Yep. And yeah, I think that's it for my junior high stories that I can think of. I'm sure there's some crazy stuff I'm not thinking of at the moment. Like, yeah, and there's probably some boring stuff too, but, you know, maybe I'll come back to this, and if anyone wants any more specific stories or, you know, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Ricky? Anything you want to end off on?
Not really. I don't remember a lot of these stories that he told. He doesn't remember a lot of the stories that I told. I don't know how we got here, and I don't know. We're just kind of cannonballing through this, and I don't know why.
Yep. And then episode 30, hopefully it will go well. And then 31, we'll do high school stories. And then, yeah, unless we want to do high school stories in episode 30. But episode 30 is going to be weird.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who knows what's going to happen episode 30. I just forgot to remember I got to buy some things for episode 30.
I gotta return some videotapes. Anyway, I think that's the end. So goodbye. Hope you like this podcast. Anything you want? All right. And yeah, remember, get your pets and weird relatives spayed and neutered.